Hey, it's Julian from LoanOptions.ai. Today we're here with our very first episode of Broker Banter, and this is going to be chaos, so I'm looking forward to it. But I'm going to start off with a question for the team, and essentially what I want to do is establish if I was to give you only one lead, okay? You only get one lead, and it's life or death. This loan has to settle, okay? Are you going to write the loan yourself, or who in the team are you going to pass it to and why? Trey?
Do we get like any, like where'd the lead come from? Oh, sorry. Do we get like anything, like where did the lead come from?
No, it's just one lead.
It's a random lead.
Random lead, could be from anywhere. Who are you giving it to
I'm
and why?
not doing it myself. I'm giving it to Pan. Because if anyone can, Pan can.
Pen, I imagine, will be a fairly popular choice, I reckon. Tony?
Definitely myself.
I
don't trust anyone else but myself.
Yeah.
As employee of the month, I have full confidence that I can do it myself.
I'll do it myself.
Can I just confirm, does the lead have to be settled?
Has to be settled. If it doesn't settle, you die.
So if it doesn't settle, I die. I'm going to give it to myself, but I feel like there's a clause there because I could just leave it open for 40 years and just say I'm working on it.
No, it's got to settle that week.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give it to Eugene.
You give it to Eugene.
Eugene.
Big call. Fiona.
So it's my first day and I don't know anyone yet. So I think I probably trust Eugene because he's training me. So I'm just going to put it in his hands, my life. So we'll see.
Big call.
That's intense.
Shit. I would probably say if it's a consumer lead, I think I trust myself enough now. But if it's a commercial lead, I'm definitely chucking it to Jason Aziz. Eugene probably is taking a little, stab to the heart on that one. But I'd probably say Jason Aziz on that one, man.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with Pan. Like I've seen him work some miracles. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd give it to Eugene, but I don't want to give him a big head, so I'll just leave it at that.
I will 100% give it to Pan.
I'm taking it. I think you guys have just added too much to Eugene and Pan's work basket. So, yeah, I mean, they might get bogged down with your deal, so I'll just do it myself.
What about you, Eugene?
I'm actually going to be giving it to Isis. It's a life or death situation, and I think Isis won't get the deal done. I'll probably end up dying, and she'll feel horrible about it.
Eugene, ladies and gentlemen. What about this one? Should be an easy one. Who is the broker most likely to end up in a high-speed chase?
Josh.
Should we just do it all at once?
Yeah. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Josh Campbell.
My daily, bro. He's got a video on it, Jules.
All right. And who's the broker that wouldn't be able to keep a fish alive?
Bottom.
I'm going to say Jason Aziz.
James, for sure. He's allergic to seafood, so.
I don't know. Maybe Isis. I just can't trust her.
Yeah, I'd probably kill the fish.
It would have to be Josh Campbell, I think, because if he's riding his bike while holding the fish, he's already missed the concept of like fish being in water. So I feel like Josh Campbell would be the one to kill the fish first.
Probably myself. Not really a big fish fan, so probably wouldn't be able to keep it alive.
Looking at Isis's desk plan, I'd probably say I'd leave it to her to kill the fish, man.
Probably say Lauren, actually. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Cool. She's got the worst work basket of anyone.
That's the way to say it all.
I definitely say Josh Campbell.
That's crazy.
I'd probably say Lauren only because she'll probably just forget to feed it.
I reckon Potham will kill the fish. I'm just going to jump on the bandwagon and pick Josh Campbell.
Lay off it.
I won't pick out anyone specifically, but I'm definitely going to say it's an Asian member of the team, just because we eat everything.
Who's no longer with the team? Some of you have been here like since the beginning, some a little later, but who's the person of the team that's no longer with us that you miss the most? Let's go.
I don't know. I feel like there's a few. I'm probably going to say Ray.
Ray Neal?
Ray Neal.
It's a hard one. It's either Ray Neal or maybe Joel Mansfield.
Oh, yeah, no, I forgot about Joel.
It's a hard one.
No take backs.
Oh, wait, also like Rob Bailey. Not
Yeah,
that I
but-
ever worked with him.
I know, but he's not. He was like more like at sub ag.
Yeah.
Employee.
I wouldn't call him, but Joe Lansfield. No, Joe. What is his name?
Lowell
Joe
Lansfield?
I call him Lowell Lansfield, right? Because can't call him by his legal name. So Lowell Lansfield is the name.
Mine would probably be Raniel.
Lies. Who do you miss the most? Anyone?
What did you say to me today?
Say that.
I apologize to anybody that has left the business while I've been a part of this business. I don't remember who you are.
That's crazy.
I stand by my first answer.
That's great.
You've been here 1 minute, so we're gonna skip. Uno skip.
I would probably say my mate Joel Mansfield. He ended up being my referrer, so he started haggling me on the phone after. But yeah, I'd probably say Joel.
Yeah, I'd have to go with Joel. We only like a brief lapse over, but it's good value.
Yeah, I'd probably say Joel also. Yeah, he was pretty cool. I'll skip the question.
Oh, you'll skip it. Oh, okay.
You have to answer that.
I just thought I'd probably say the same thing as everyone else, but probably Joel, Mansfield, Ray, and Tash. Kind of miss her having her around, even though she was.
That's dirty, my answer still stands.
I miss KD. We never had that boxing match. Kieran.
Shit. I'm gonna have to thank Shana for making me remember my work wife. So yeah, Tash.
There's been a lot of responses from the guys, but unlike everyone else, I don't actually look behind me. I only look ahead, so won't be saying anyone today. Yeah, enough, buddy, enough.
Who's the office dealer? A dealer of Panadol, Nurofen, antihistamines. Who in the office is likely to have some medication in their drawer?
Probably Jimmy.
No, I
We
get
know
my.
he has an EpiPen.
I got the EpiPen, but
I think most females
Lauren.
in the office. Lauren,
yeah, Lauren gives me a Zyrtec daily.
Has anyone seen
thank you.
Lauren's little pack?
Yeah.
That is so
Amazing.
neat. I'm surprised she doesn't organize her work basket like that. Dog
Because
shop.
her mum does the medicine.
Bro, you were trying to sell Valley's.
So wait, Jimmy, are you saying we've got to hire Lauren's mum?
Absolutely.
I was trying to sell them. I wasn't trying to offer them for free.
We say free drug dealer. That's what you said.
What? Did you get a question?
I think I missed it.
Skip Josh. Skip Josh.
That was silly.
Lauren or Trey?
Lauren or Trey?
Definitely Lauren, but I don't think she can deliver on time, so she's probably unreliable, but she's got the good stuff.
Elias?
Didn't you have like a whole bag full of medication today? You had like so much medication today, and then so did Shana. I feel like it's either you or Shana. Most females. Okay, then most females.
I'll have to give a shout out to Val. She's been plugging me up with the Telfast. So I'm gonna say her.
Yeah.
Got a whole
Honorable mention for Valerie because she's the most likely to have snacks in her drawer. Yeah, she's kept me going many afternoons.
I'd have to go with Val as well. She's got just about everything.
I'd have to go with 3 people, probably Valerie, Shana, and Trey. Yeah.
Loan Options Pharmacy. Pharmacyoptions.ai.
Pharmacy options. Definitely Lauren and Val, because even though Lauren had her little pill thingy, Val had a whole cabinet full of it.
Yeah, I think Val's have got up.
Yeah. Look, I'm not one for going through people's drawers, but Val's top drawer was the Panadol, the Nurofen. The second drawer was the lollies for the sugar fix, and the third drawer was the shapes. Yeah. So I choose Val.
I'm actually gonna say it's Christine. She's saved me a few times with Band-Aids and some Panadols as well. So,
yeah. Christine usually has the goods. Let's talk about hard deals. Let's change up the order a little bit. Let's go this way now. What's the hardest deal you can remember, and how did you get it across the line?
to be honest, I don't think any deal's too hard for me. I'm kidding. All right, enough. Calm. I think there's challenging deals every single day, and I can't really pinpoint one specifically. Every deal's pretty hard and unique in their own way. So that's my answer. I can't think of a specific deal. There's way too many. I do so many deals that
you do have the unlucky task of going first. Other people have a bit of time to remember.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to sift through my memory and try and pick one. Does anyone remember one? Hardest deals. Yeah. Does anyone else remember them? Yeah.
Start talking.
All right. I'll pass the baton to Elias.
Right. Elias is camera shy.
I can't pinpoint the hardest, but there's been times where, some deals just don't fit the brief with a particular lender, but it all comes down to, the relationship you've got with a credit assessor, the relationship you got with a BDM, and just obviously showing them that there's a grey area to a deal. Not every deal needs to be tick and flick, but I can't pinpoint a particular deal, but I've had some of those deals. JC?
I can give a specific one if you want. So there was one with Pepper where Pepper wouldn't do a particular import. It was for a truck, and I work with Madge BDM, who I rate very highly, and it was approved. And then the email that I got from them was from the supplier accreditation team, and they CC'd all the BDMs and me and Madge, and the email said, "Let us know when this deal is settled so we can close this supplier on Pepper." So it was just that truck, and a supplier can't go through Pepper because they only sell import trucks. And that was the way that I got that settled was I subbed it, and then when there was a bit of pushback, I called Madge. Madge said, "No, it's fine. We'll sort it out." Kind of got it sorted out. I spoke to the credit analyst and I said, "Listen, man, if James Packer apply for this truck, are you saying, nah, man, sorry, it's an import, we can't do it?" My client's a good client. Of course you're going to approve James Packer. So just prove this client. My client wasn't James Packer. He was a construction builder.
Maybe he built the Crown?
I'm going to say yes, if I'm on the record.
Anyone else got any? That was, it's hard to think of these things on the spot. We obviously got some absolute, if Pan was here, he's in India, that bloke's the king of hard deals, I reckon. What about, just in terms of the broker, who's the least likely, if the main line is ringing, who's the least likely to pick up the phone?
I'm gonna say it's Thomas. I personally think he's a pretty lazy worker, so Thomas won't pick up the phone no matter what.
I'm going to say it's Eugene because I feel like Eugene's picked on a lot of yous today. So
I was going to say Potham the way he actually answers the phone. I seen him.
So why are we going to say him then?
It was impulsive. I don't know. Probably. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing.
Yeah, I've got nothing either.
ISIS.
I'll say Eugene, just cause.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say Eugene. He's like too important for the main line to.
I'm not gonna lie, but I've seen Lauren turn a blind eye to a couple of calls, so I'm gonna shout her out.
Lauren, I'm just writing some notes.
It's me. It's me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought Mainline was a client for the longest time. When I saw Mainline calling, I'm like, who's Mainline? What a strange name to have in the broker portal.
I reckon it's going to be Josh Campbell because he's always making outbound calls, so it'll never ring for him.
That's good. That's good. That's a low key compliment. I like that. That was a high IQ compliment.
I'm saying it's Lauren. She doesn't even have the time for her actual customers. I don't think she has the time for any inbound calls. So yeah, go on, Lauren.
It's actually a funny story. So one of our newer members, Prashant, he kept getting calls on the 1300 line. And then he comes up to me. He's like, Tony, do you think you can take me off this line? I'm like, no, that's the main line. You have to answer it. And it was even funnier that he's actually a newer member. So it's great.
Did he answer that wrong?
Yeah, he is now. Yeah.
I'm just gonna factually based on SLAs. I'm just gonna say Lauren. That's all.
You did that very diplomatically. Very diplomatically. All right. So who's the most likely to come latest to a meeting? Let's go.
All right, keyword meeting. I'm actually going to say it's ISIS for this one. I don't think ISIS is ever on time.
I don't think Eugene likes ISIS.
No, I'm self-confessed. I think it's myself.
I think it's Eugene, to be fair.
I think it's Eugene as well.
Rip.
I'm saying Eugene.
I'm gonna side with Eugene here and say probably ISIS.
I would probably hate to say it 'cause she's right in front of me, but Shana, I've seen her make a few calls a minute before the meeting starts. So I'm gonna out her for it.
Special trick.
The last person fresh in my memory was Jason Aziz. It was the last person late to a meeting.
Who is that?
Remember that part in the beginning that's last in front? Remember that part? When you stopped for it?
Jimmy?
That's a tough one. I think the majority of people are always late. Like, just in general, when Tony and I run meetings, so like, everyone can do a bit better.
So I was just about to say, I think it would be easy to list the people that come early to the meeting. And in this room, I think it's just Brandon. Brandon does a really good job. Everyone else is late always. I usually have to scream in people's ears to come to the meeting.
I think Eugene would be late to his own wedding. So that's all I really got to say.
I'm probably gonna say Shana. Sorry.
Yeah, I have to agree. I've been saved from answering a lot of these questions. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Julian, what's your answer?
Julian.
Who do you think is the latest to all the meetings?
I think with respect, Shana. Shana's. Remember last time there was it Kirsty? And I was like, Shana, she's late again. Let me go get her.
Mind you, I'm sitting right next to him and he's yelling on top of me.
That might have been the most racist thing I've ever done. That was funny. But yeah, I think definitely the team, there's probably maybe one or two people that get the idea. And we sort of start saying, okay, guys, 10 minutes before the meeting, don't make another call. Go and make a coffee because we want to start the meeting on time. We have a very small amount of meetings in this business compared to a lot of others. Like I know in a lot of broker businesses, they have daily meetings, stand up, this is what we're doing. I don't believe in that. I think it's exhausting. And I think it takes the energy out of a sales team when they're just hearing the same thing every day. I actually think it takes the energy out of a sales team telling them the same thing every week is my personal view, but you kind of have to get everybody on the same page. But yeah, and then who is the office vampire? So who's coming in the earliest and leaving the latest? Love to see this.
Yeah, Jason Aziz. Yeah.
Anyone dispute that?
No.
I think we can all universally agree as Jason is.
I think I would shout out Josh Campbell on that. Honestly, when he had a hold on his license for whatever reason, he would stay. I'd see him stay late to like 7, 8 p.m. He'd still lose to me, but he'd stay late.
That's crazy. It's not true, but it's crazy.
So we know as is Campbell's done. Potham's usually here quite early too. There's a few people that do. I know Elias, when he's chasing a target, stays back as well. Like we actually do have, like, for the most part, no one that like is bolting out the door, but we do have a lot of people that turn up late. That's like nearly everyone. Last time I had a meeting with someone at 9 a.m. They're like, "Oh, does everyone work from home?" And I was like, "Nah, they'll be here." they all work from the office, but 9:30 maybe 9:20.
Well, Julian, did you know there was a point in time where everyone had betting slips for when Eugene would come in? So it would be before or after 9:25.
Overs and unders, eh?
Overs and unders.
And who do we reckon is the most likely to bolt out the door? Who's the racehorse? Who's out the gates at 5 p.m.?
Got to give it to the young gun Prashant, man.
501.
He still settles the deals, but don't get me wrong, but he's 501, he's out the door, man.
Anyone else got anyone out there?
Someone that's no longer with us. I'll just say that.
Okay, let's leave it there. All right, and what about, like, I can see there's a few people wearing the company apparel today. Who's most likely to wear company swag? And who do we think is the least likely as well?
Eugene's the least likely.
Yeah.
He's the only one in the room not dressed as LoanOptions.
I vote Eugene for most likely to not wear a company uniform because he's got to give me 2 of his shirts that he's never worn.
I think most likely is probably Julian.
Yeah.
To wear swag?
To wear, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've cleared out my wardrobe. I basically have only Formula One gear. I have some suits. Like Formula One racing gear, like McLaren, Mercedes, all that kind of stuff. Right. And then I have loan option stuff.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's my wardrobe now.
You need to organise it in like a timeline from when, like, the first early days when we had the Under Armour.
I still have the version 1 gear, season 1.
Yep. You need to timeline them as well.
So we have like the few that got the Tommy Hilfiger shirt, the one that Tommy's wearing. We had the Under Armour polos. We had the North Face. You're all wearing the North Face today? No? North Face jackets.
Yep. The North Face.
We have some hoodies. We got like season 1.
Yeah. Early stages.
We've always had good apparel.
Always
have good apparel. And anyone disagree with Eugene being the least likely?
Nope. Josh Campbell as well. Most of the time he just rocks up in trackies, to be honest with you.
Remember when you first started? Let's talk about Josh Campbell. When he first started, bro, that guy used to come in fresh as. He used to come in with like these like checkered pants and the button-up shirts.
Oh, he did too.
Yeah.
I was making sure my wife never came to visit me. The bloke was way too handsome. Still handsome, fella.
I was actually telling him the other day as well. He used to come in looking great, and now he's just trackies and the same jumper in rotation.
He'd come to work directly from the sheaf.
It's not comfy. Like,
It's not.
like wearing like tight button-up shirts.
Yeah.
All the time.
I know, that's why I've been up. I used to
Yeah.
think like, dress to impress. I used to be like a guy wearing a suit all the time. Now I'm like, if there was a way to dress daggier than I already do, I would probably do that as well. It's like we got Adidas jackets for our, it's pretty comfy. I don't know. Best beard. Not you, Tony.
No, it's definitely not me.
It's not you.
It's it's Elias or yourself.
It could be Julian also.
Brandon's pretty slick. Potham, not you, brother. Tommy couldn't grow a beard to save his life either.
Does this count here?
Eugene, sorry, brother.
That's just racist.
I'd have to, Elias, look how clean his lines are. Look up.
Me and Brandon are pretty. I think we go to the same barber.
My mum cuts my hair, so shout out to shout out to my mum. She's probably gonna cut my hair maybe later today or something. So line me up good.
All right, who's only hearing what they want to hear? Who's got the selective hearing?
I'm so sorry, but it's you.
Me? I was about to say you.
I'm gonna fall on my sword here and say that I have very bad selective. And it's not because I don't want to hear, but sometimes you'll be talking to me, and because my mind's so busy, I'll literally just drift off to another dimension. So that happens, and I'm gonna fall on my sword here. But there's a few others in here I know that as well. So how many times have I said this is how we do a process, and like people don't hear that part. But then if I talk about like bonus comms or something, everyone fucking listens to that one.
Sorry, I missed half of it. Are we getting bonus comms?
I don't know if anyone picked up Josh Campbell like 3 questions ago. Asked what the question was. So. Pretty obvious.
What else we got?
Me? Yeah, I got pretty selective hearing. Is that what you're saying? Probably. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no comment.
What about Lauren too as well?
Selective hearing?
Yeah, you usually ask her to do something and she'll do like a little TikTok dance or something.
Hey, no time for getting cut here. No time. Who's the office? Who's the class clown? Who's the larrikin? Who's the stand-up comedian? Who's that?
Elias.
Oh yeah. That's not no. Okay, well I'll take it, but like it's also Eugene. It's also Eugene.
So depending on who you ask, because obviously
Also Jason Dana.
Yeah, I was going to say, depending on who you ask.
Jason Dana.
Jason Dana and Eugene have very similar inappropriate humor. And it's hilarious.
We're so lucky you don't have a HR department.
I honestly don't know what Julian's saying. I'm the most well-behaved employee in the whole company. So
I remember when I first started. I was listening to Eugene talk to Thomas, and Thomas was trying to bag out Eugene, and then Eugene called him over. He's like, "Come here, come. You see this?" And he's like, "This person's on top of me. This person's on top of me. This person's on top of me. You're here. Don't talk to me. You can't talk to me until you're up here. Until you're up here,
the leaderboards
don't
do
speak."
a lot of, the leaderboards are the chain of command in this business. Yeah, the leaderboards are the chain of command. But I think like depending on who you ask, like Chantel, like she has like a dark, inappropriate humor. So like she'll probably say Jason, Jason Dana. But like Elias has probably got the fastest comebacks I've ever seen in my life. And sometimes he'll say things and they go over even my head. Like I think I'm reasonably, I'm reasonably quick-witted. Elias will say something and it'll catch me like off guard for like 5 seconds, and then I'll realize, oh shit, he was, Remember last time you were talking about the desserts, and he's like, "Nah, these are no good. I just tried my 4th one, and I was like, if you don't like them,
they're great.
Why did you have 4?
You could do a podcast on the desserts. Honestly, if you could do a whole podcast on those desserts.
Yeah, we need to order some more, eh?
Yeah, maybe I didn't like them.
They changed my life. Who else is funny? Who's low key funny in the team?
I would say Josh Campbell was unintentionally funny for sure. Just where he's from, man. He just says the most random stuff, and everyone just like.
That was weird.
That's racist.
Where is this from?
Selective hearing, guys.
Selective hearing.
You're saying because he's from he's a country.
He's from the country. Country boy. So like everything he just says something like out of pocket or something that we don't really hear every day, and it's just like random and funny, I would say.
I have to say though, when Josh is on the phone to clients, just says the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Who's the best dressed in the office?
Martin Ewan.
100%.
Martin Ewan.
Yeah.
Well, as well.
I was looking fly today.
Brandon scrubs up pretty well too when it's like suit day or something.
Can I just say it'd be nice if, Martin, obviously collectively we agree he dresses really nice. If only that could also showing his results in the company. That'd be amazing. But
He's been here for 3 days.
He's been here for 3 days, still beating you.
no, that's not true. That's not true.
Who's the most likely to spend the most amount of time updating their LinkedIn profile?
Julian Fayed.
When you get really good at it, it doesn't take a lot of time. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Oftentimes I'll like have 3 in the barrel, like scheduled Monday, Wednesday, Friday, ready to go. So like tomorrow there's going to be a post about my attendance to New Zealand. I didn't do it. I just spent like 10 minutes writing. But yeah, I accept full responsibility for that. Hey, listen, somebody's got to carry the team on their back. So somebody's got to carry it.
Can I ask a question? With your LinkedIn profile, what's your highest reach? Which article was it, and then what was the highest reach?
The highest reach post, believe it or not, was back in the COVID days. So I had one that reached 120,000 or 130,000 people, and it was the one where I posted. Remember when they were saying about the nurses, how they're so brave and so tough because they were like fighting COVID in the wards when there was no vaccine available and that kind of shit. And I don't want to go too down this path, but basically what happened was they started firing or retrenching all these nurses because they weren't taking the vaccine. And my post was like, remember when, because there was an image that they posted and it was like all the Marvel superheroes. Actually, we needed Jamie. Jamie, pull that shit up. But, you know, there was like all the Marvel superheroes in the corridor of a hospital and they were saluting the nurses because they were heroes. And in my mind, they were heroes. They were doing it. They were on the front lines. They didn't complain. They did it, you know. Yeah. And then when they made all these nurses sort of redundant or put them on the sideline, so they were basically saying that it was okay for them to, you know, fight COVID when there was no vaccine available without any protection. But now that there is protection available, if they refuse it, then it's not okay. So that got like 120,000 views, and that was like an outlier. And one of the reasons it got so much reach is because like it was an international thing. Yeah. And the creator of mRNA vaccines, Dr. Robert Malone, commented on it, and it sent it into the stratosphere. So that was the number one. That's an outlier. There was another one around that time that was not the same, but similar. It was like an outlier. So if you look at the reach, the most recent one that's got the most reach was the one I posted just before Christmas with my family saying, you know, big year, like all this kind of stuff, grateful for. I don't even remember. It was just like a gratitude post, basically. And it was my wife and kids. I think it was a Santa Claus photo. It might have been the Santa photo of my family. So that one, the other one was the 3rd birthday of Loan Options. So August last year. Those posts went crazy. For context, in one calendar year, I get about 750 to 850, and it will get to 1 million views on the posts. So yeah, 1 million people. Like, you know, that's big, and that's totally organic. I don't pay to boost any of it. Nothing. It's just building a network. It's very important. You obviously build a network, but LinkedIn's extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. Who else? Who's a LinkedIn gun in here? We've got a couple that are buying into it. Eugene, I'd say, is pretty strong.
Eugene, Jason Aziz. Jason Aziz is pretty good. Elias has had some pretty good posts.
I like Elias's captions. They're always
they're
always
witty.
high IQ, witty.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't know Elias, you go, what is wrong with this bloke? but if you know Elias, you're like, he's been cheeky, you know?
Yeah, those ones get the most impressions. So I tried it for a bit, and then it sort of started to. You made fun of me for a post because I used stock photos for a car. That's one of my highest impressions. The stock photos. I swear, I was posting real cars, like not real. Obviously, we settle real cars here, but I'm saying we were posting, people with their cars, and it wasn't doing that well. And then I picked stock photos from Google Images, and it flew.
No, one of the reasons is also timing. So like, Nulep asked me today for one of his friends trying to understand the best time. If you post on LinkedIn on a Friday afternoon, but no one's checking LinkedIn on Friday afternoon, it's beer o'clock, and then no one's checking it until Monday. The way LinkedIn's algorithm works is like, it matters how quickly it gets picked up. So like, if people comment on it, that's more powerful than if they just like it. So like, you know, if you post something, it's important for me to comment on it. So it's important for you to share that post with me in a message or something. I'll go in and comment on it. And then all of my audience get to see your posts, and that gets a lot of views and But if you just post it, sometimes my feed's so cluttered, or sometimes like I actually don't consume that much content on LinkedIn. I do like scroll through it and whatever else, but I mostly just put stuff out there and respond to comments of people because like you can get lost on that, right? It's like the infinite scroll. But the time matters. So like in the morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is usually the best. Thursday is less preferable, but still much better than Friday. But like if you're posting stuff about social activities, that stuff does okay on the weekend. There's also some school of thought of like, you know, even if it gets less impressions, the audience that might be looking at it on the weekend might be the audience you want. So like, who are the people checking LinkedIn on the weekends? It's going to be people like me that are pro users of LinkedIn, like, you know, that are active on that space. Like LinkedIn's their number one social platform. And those people are maybe really good for networking opportunities, etc. So there's two schools of thought. Some people post only on the weekend because that's my audience. That's who I want. I want those go-getters. I want the people that are engaged in that platform. That's who I want to network with. But just in terms of normal views, normal impressions, like I normally just post like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., like straight after the gym or something, post in the morning. And then it's got like all the people that are maybe on the train scrolling. And then it's got like, you know, all the people all day to sort of get picked up by the algorithm of people liking, sharing, whatever else. So that's the...
Which social media is the best platform though? Like for us, like...
For brokers?
Yeah, for like these brokers, like their reach and stuff like that. Which one would you recommend?
100% it's LinkedIn. It's not even a close second. LinkedIn is... So like on Instagram, you can't really... Like if I don't follow you, you're not really going to see my stuff unless you have like viral reel or something like that. And like I've got to be honest with you, like you're never going to see me doing a TikTok dance. Like, you're just never going to see it. Like TikTok's good
because you're a real man. That's why you're never going to see a TikTok dance.
So you're never going to see me doing a TikTok dance. But I think like TikTok is probably the second most powerful. And the reason is like the audience is the demographic's quite good. And you've got like Instagram is like, you know, all the sort of holidays and, you know, G-Wagon, Instagram influencer stuff. Yeah. Very fake, very materialistic. TikTok is like everyone, like tradies are on TikTok, and like TikTok's like a weird platform that has a very different demographic to say Instagram. It has a very different demographic to LinkedIn and stuff. So that has like the potential for you to get ridiculous amount of reach without having a lot of followers. Right. Okay. And so those are the platforms you should look at because number one, that like LinkedIn, if you post something and then say someone like I comment on it, and I have like 17,000 followers or something. So then potentially 17,000 people might see your stuff. I'm not saying they will, but might see it. And then if 10 other people with similar followings do that, your potential reach is just enormous. Yeah. And TikTok's kind of the same. If people are engaging with it and watching your content, then they start following you. And then you capture, it's like you're scooping them up. The people that do follow you, you're scooping them up because they'll definitely see your content in the future. Mm-hmm. But then also you're getting other people's reach and other people's audience as well. So it's kind of it's a compound effect. So yeah, LinkedIn, everybody should be on there. If you're in a professional services industry, absolutely should be on there. And don't be scared to like do something different. Like some people say, oh, don't post like that. My point about my family post, that was one of the best performing posts ever. The COVID thing, that was the best performing post ever. Nothing to do with what I do. You'll never really see me posting just funded, like, you know, like obviously I'm not a broker anymore, but like if you go back far enough, you might see I posted some Lamborghinis and stuff when Loan Options first started, and then everybody started doing it. So like people just scroll past that now. So your content needs to be a little bit different, needs to add value. It is good to post cars because like people want to see and associate you with, you know, prestige cars or, you know, work vehicles or whatever it is that you're funding. But it can't just be that. You can't just post, just funded, like this car, that car. Like put some other stuff in there, whether it's client reviews, testimonials, whether it's case studies and how fast you did a deal. Remember, I know you didn't have a LinkedIn and I posted that one for you.
Yep.
You got the record still. Like that was amazing. You know, if you had a LinkedIn and you had even 1,000 followers and they were all like 36 minutes from first inquiry to settlement,
Funnily enough, I had a lot of people send me that article as a screenshot, and then they sent me the comments as well. And there were people who had commented on that story that I hadn't seen in like 5-6 years. And they were like people I used to work with, and they somehow they managed to comment on the article. I'm like, oh shit, I remember that person.
Yeah.
But I think one thing you do really well, Jules, I just have to point out, because I love using YouTube.
Yeah.
Your videos on YouTube, the ads on YouTube. I don't know how the algorithms got me in there, but every single time I go to watch a video, there's a loan options ad. And because it's a little bit more engaging, because it's video gaming, I love playing video games. I know the ad inside out, and I sit in the office and do the fucking loans. I sit there and I watch the ad. I don't skip it because I'm like, oh, what's the vulture up to now? Which adventure is Halo on? Get him, Halo, get him.
Get him.
Sorry, we
digress. No, all good. But yeah, like I think people should take that more seriously. If you want to build a network, if you want to be known in the industry for doing something, that's a great way to generate leads organically. Yeah. I know guys like Louis Dib, good friend of mine. He's killing it on TikTok. You know, he creates all these videos and stuff, and like
he's not doing the TikTok dances, is he?
No, he's not doing dances. He'll kill you if you even accuse him of that. No, Louis is a legend. He does like these videos where he puts up like a truck or a car or something behind him as like a green screen, and he's just like, you know, we just funded a car like this, and he's pointing to the background, or a truck like this, and here's what we did, and here's what documents we needed. But like he's doing something different, because like there's not a lot of people doing that. You know, so yeah, like you just got to find something that you're comfortable doing, because a lot of people don't like being in front of the camera, and that's cool. You don't have to be in front of the camera. You can take an image. The image can be of something totally unrelated to the post. You know, images do well on LinkedIn. And longer form, if you just post 3 or 4 words, LinkedIn doesn't really like that. LinkedIn likes the longer form posts, like informational, adding value. If it's just images and a very short caption, like it's not going to pick up well. Longer caption definitely does better.
So, question. So, if I was to say propose to my fiance, should I write about how that taught me about B2B sales?
No. No. So I think you can post about personal stuff, but keep it personal. You know what I mean? Don't like try and relate how getting engaged somehow helps you be a better broker.
Yeah, that would be silly if that was to happen.
No.
There was a guy that proposed to his fiance. I wrote a whole article about how that taught him about B2B sales. This is a real thing that happened, and he had the picture of him proposing on the beach. I thought it was satire. Wasn't. He was serious.
Poor bloke.
So yeah, like, you know, if you're making a personal post, make it personal, and if you're making a business post, then make a business. And there's no right or wrong. It's just like sometimes good to get somebody to proofread it to make sure they read it the same way that you intend. A lot of times people are really good at articulating words, but not necessarily typing. I struggled with that earlier. I would just write things down the exact way that I would say them. You can't actually do that. If you want people to read it the way that you're saying it, it's actually different. You have to space your words out, break it into blocks, almost like one sentence at a time. Like read this, and then you move to the next one. So there is a bit of skill in making it legible for people, and also making it. You know, sometimes you're reading someone's post and your brain just gets scrambled. You're like, what are you fucking talking about, mate? Because like they just wrote it as like one long sentence, and there's no lines, there's no line breaks. It's just like one long sentence. That stuff makes people's head hurt. So you got to try and avoid that. But yeah, so who in the team? Let's get back on here. Who in the team is most likely to leave? And I already know the answer to this one. Most likely to leave and pursue a full-time career in social media. Can we do 3, 2, 1 again? 3, 2, 1. Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
50 clicks.
Welcome to my podcast.
Wait, spell out the Instagram
Josh
for yourself.
Campbell. For those that don't know,
FIFTYCLI.
for those that don't know, there's somebody in here who we may, for legal reasons, may not name, but he has a great Instagram page. How many followers now? How many followers does your friend have?
Which friend?
50 clicks?
Oh yeah, 50 clicks, yeah. I know
He's a
him
friend of
very
yours, right?
Yeah, he's a good friend, yeah. I don't know him personally. I don't know where he lives or anything.
How many followers?
108k.
180,000 followers. And if you're into motorbikes, he's actually a fantastic photographer as well. You can book him at Old Pack.
Yes, you can.
All right. Who's got the most tabs open on their computer?
And
Julian Bayan. I seriously can't look at his computer. It's crazy.
Julian has literally like 1,200 screens open at once. Forget about the tabs.
wait a second. Julian at one stage had a 70-inch computer as his TV as his monitor. Don't forget.
I may have had a TV because I ran out of screen space on normal monitors. I may have had a TV as a monitor. And yes, I do have lots of tabs open. And yes, I do have to buy expensive computers to be able to maintain how many tabs I have open. But it makes sense for me. It makes sense for me. I would have more open if the computer would actually not just like cark it. I was in the middle of a demo the other day and I went to share my screen and I shared my screen and then I went to go do the demo and the computer just froze. And I was like, okay, I have too many tabs open. And he's like, yeah, I can see that. So anyway, so it was embarrassing, but lucky there was another, one of our team members was on the line. So I was like, all right, you share your screen and you do the demo. I'm going to jump off now and like try and reboot my computer. Who's the, I'm curious to know what the answers on this one are. Who's the GPS? Who's most likely to know where anyone is at a given point in time?
Oh, I know. It's Lauren. She tracks her boyfriend. It's Lauren. Yeah, she tracks her.
I think he means in the office.
Oh, my bad. I thought you meant anyone. I'm pretty sure Lauren.
Let's go to anyone. First, let's do the office, and then we'll go to anyone because I'm not going to point fingers at anybody, but there's someone else in here that doesn't mind the old track and stalk.
Oh wait, personally.
No.
We'll get to that in a second. Who knows where everyone? If we were to ask somebody right now, where is Han? Where is Brooke? Who's the GPS?
For me, it's Thomas, but he always says, I'm not sure, and then gives the exact location.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not sure, but it's latitude 80 and longitude 901.
Yeah, it's where's Eugene, Thomas? I'm pretty sure I just saw him going to the disabled bathrooms, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. When the sun's at this point, his shadow's going to be at 90 degrees. Yeah, he's probably there.
Who's pacing up and down? Who's most likely to be pacing up and down?
Elias. Oh, but
Martin.
no, as well. Back when
Julian.
you were a broker, you used to pace all the time as well.
I still do when I'm on the phone. I can't do it these days because like everyone like phone. It used to be phone calls or in-person meetings. Zoom wasn't really a thing. So like when I'm on the phone, I like to stand up because I like to talk, and especially if I'm in a sales call, I want them to not feel like I'm sitting at my desk like this. I want them to feel my energy and I'm talking and I'm using body language, and it comes across better in the phone call. And it just happened to be that, you end up pacing, and so you get a lot of steps in throughout the day.
Yeah, the reason why I walk is because like it's exactly what you said. When you're sitting, you sound like you're sitting. You sound boring. You have no inflection.
Yeah.
You can't have any tonality, nothing. And they can tell you're sitting. So when you move, you're literally more alive on the phone automatically. I'm good no matter what, but I'm just not going.
Well, like when you're on a Zoom call, you can't exactly get up and start walking. You know what I mean? So like I kind of hate that. I do have one of those cameras that follows me a little bit, but not enough to watch me walk up and down the office. So.
No. You know that guy on TikTok that has like the fake background? He just plays sport. Have you seen that guy?
No.
You got to
I
get that
have TikTok.
technology.
Do I look like the sort of guy that has TikTok?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You seem like so. How did you know about Louis having TikTok then?
Because he posts them on Instagram.
Lies.
Instagram.
Lies. You have a fake account, Faye Julian.
No.
That's your account.
I swear I don't. I don't even have the app on my phone. I don't even have someone else's account. Yeah, I don't like spyware on my phone. No, I'm just kidding. I just don't like degeneracy and watching grown men dance. I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me.
Wait, just on that point, because you've mentioned a few times, like I would never dance on TikTok and stuff like that. I've had to do that for the company.
Did we force you to do that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I twerked for the company.
Who forced you to do that, mate? Sounds like it was optional.
Probably the owner of Loan Options. I don't know who that is, but
Jason Aziz did a hectic dance. It hasn't been posted yet, but you love it.
Oh, I've seen that. That was
my
okay. Jason is not doing it because like he wants likes and views. Jason is being funny.
Yeah.
So they're like, that's a different thing. It's like, what was it when what was the meme? It was a meme.
When you give the client a repayment, they ask you to break it down.
They ask you to break it down. That's well, that video is actually hilarious. That video is actually hilarious.
Yeah, to be.
I approved that post on the social media schedule.
I can't wait.
All right, who wears the tightest shirts?
Brandon.
There was no hesitation in that answer.
Marty doesn't mind a tight one. Jimmy doesn't mind a tight one either.
No, but the problem with Jimmy, he's so swole that it's.
Thanks,
Jimmy,
yeah.
give us a flex.
The shirt wears Jimmy. Jimmy doesn't wear the shirt.
Jimmy, give us a flex, please.
Gotcha.
Listen, unfortunately, my shirts are getting too tight. Now at 6XL, so my biceps are that large. I have to go up another size. So it's a hard life.
I'm gonna say Martin.
Martin, yeah.
I'm gonna say Martin. I think
he's got the big quads too, bro.
Yeah.
The pants are too
Yeah,
tight on that
that's
bloke. Bro, Martin's a unit, absolute unit. Wait, you got a comment? Any comments?
Oh, I said Martin. I think.
Oh, you said Martin.
Martin.
All right, who's always talking a big game about anything?
Eugene.
Josh Campbell. Are you serious?
Josh Campbell said he was going to be Tiger Woods going to the golf range. Eugene had a couple of comments too.
I think there's a bit of a difference. I'll admit it. I'm a big talk. Josh Campbell's a big talk, but the key difference is I follow up. Campbell doesn't. So.
Stop your yapping, mate.
Enough. That's great.
Anyone else anyone disagree with those two? It's pretty clear cut, isn't it? Pretty clear cut. All right, who's gonna take the title for the longest commute to the office? I already know the answer, and they're not a broker, but I have to commend them.
I'd have to say Fiona. I'll tell you what, Perth to Sydney's a long way to come.
I can't believe you walked all the way here.
Yeah. Oh my God, it took me days.
I think it's ISIS, is it not?
Oh yeah.
Well, to go here, but
Yeah.
How long does it take you to get here?
like an hour and 30 minutes.
It's going to take a lot longer soon when she loses the license.
It's a long walk to the
3 hours.
Well, an hour and 30 minutes with traffic. So, yeah.
What's that on the bus?
Oh, gosh, probably like over 2 hours. That would be painful.
Eden's spewing. He lost his ride to work, eh?
Oh, well, he'll drive me. So technically, I don't have to catch trains. So, yay.
Is that why you got him the job?
He's a good kid, Eden.
Jack Hamblin.
Yeah.
Where does Jack live?
Jack lives in the Blue Mountains, bro.
Oh, that's no, what suburb?
I don't know, cuz. I don't know. I'm not going to divulge the bloke's address.
Oh, his last name Hamblin?
Yeah.
I thought it was Shepherd.
He sits next to you, man.
He sits next to you.
I'm not going to ask him his last name. I know his name's Jack. I thought it was Shepherd.
You know what? In your defense, he says 2 words a day, bro. So it's like...
Jack's a G, man. Really smart guy. Really smart guy. And he's never once complained. He started, part-time, sort of... never once complained. He drives, he's doing well. Drives it from Blue Mountains here. So anytime I hear anyone comment about a 30-minute commute, I'm going to say, go talk to Jack.
Not going to lie, though. He looks like he lives in the Blue Mountains. This looks like where he's from.
Dog act, bro.
What a dog act. I thought it was...
So would you like to keep going?
I love
what do
that.
people who live in the Blue Mountains look like?
Blue Mountains.
well, if
Trey lives just before the Blue Mountains.
Usually at the base.
Yeah, all right. But are you at the Blue Mountains?
I'm across the river.
She's
Okay.
Blue
I'm on the
Mountains-ish.
other side of the
Okay,
river.
turn to the right. Look at Josh Campbell. That's Blue Mountains to me.
All right. Who doesn't even have time for this podcast? A few people, notable exclusions from this. Who's
Jason
the busy bee?
Aziz, Lauren, Prashant. Who else isn't here?
Who's so busy that they don't have time?
Elias.
I mean, well, this was a fluke. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like my wife's sleeping over her mum's place. So I thought I was gonna have like with the kids because they got swimming early tomorrow. So I thought I was gonna be sleeping. I thought it was Friday, but it ended up being Tuesday. I'm glad to be here, but
Elias, you're here just because you just don't want to go home.
No, that's fine. That's good.
Hey, can we extend the podcast for another hour or so? And an hour after that?
The Willy Wonka, we kind of already discussed this, but who's the one that's most likely to have snacks?
Val. Yeah, Val.
Yeah.
Valerie definitely wins that title for me. Chantel's pretty up there as well, but Chantel will like throw Snickers on my desk.
Yeah,
And, like-
Chantel will just like buy you a gift randomly and bring it to you.
Yeah, but Val definitely like you can count on her having goodies. I'm gonna give the opposite of the Willy Wonka, like almost like the Grinch of candy, is Christine. Christine, I'm like, all right, here's the company card. Like, go on Woolies online and like order a bunch of snacks. She like got a box of chips, those Fun Packs chips, and she hid them from everyone. I'm like, what? I asked you to buy them for the team, not for me.
To be fair, those chips like are gone in 3 minutes. The whole pack.
So we need to buy more.
We need
is
more
what you're
snacks.
saying?
Yeah.
So I actually did give. Who did I put in charge of snacks? I made them the chief snacks officer.
Val.
Lauren.
No,
It was
you-
Lauren.
No. You gave it to Lauren, then you gave it to Val, and then Val went overseas, and no one took over.
Okay. So are we going to vote and put Val in charge of the snacks, or are we going to Lauren or who?
I think
You're waiting a while for Lauren.
I think it should be. It should be me or Tony. That should
The
be
snacks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, Tony.
If you just you have to give me the appropriate budget because
Yeah.
if you just give me the card and you say, "Hey, get heaps of snacks," I'll spend $2,000 on snacks. So just give me an appropriate budget and I'll make sure there's snacks.
So let's make a decree, and the decree is that Elias and Tony are now
Done.
Moving forward in charge of snacks.
Can I put a request?
the budget?
No chocolates with nuts.
Oh my God! Shut up. No, be quiet. Let's say no chocolates in general. Then don't worry about
No
it.
chocolates with
say
nuts.
no happiness, no rainbows, no sunshine.
You can't eat chocolate with nuts.
Yeah,
You just
no.
can't do it.
No to laughter.
I don't want to swear on the podcast.
Yeah, I know. I just said it just to roll, Tony.
I'm not going to swear on the podcast. So.
Who's most likely to appear on an episode of Jerry Springer on the team?
Jack Hamblin.
Are you just saying his name because you just learned it?
Yeah, it's great. Wait, I'm not. I thought his name was Jack Shepherd. I actually said, "Hey, Jack Shepherd," and he said, "Hi."
I think Elias would be on Jerry Springer.
What, as Kramer?
Seinfeld.
Oh, who's Jerry Springer?
It's a talk show host, but they got people on. Oh, you cheated on me with a dog, and
There's another show.
You don't know Jerry Springer.
you know what?
That's a sackable offense, bro.
Jules, they're not in our. They're all too young. We're just Jerry Springer. But they come on. Oh, she cheated with her, and he cheated with him, and then blah 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 blah. We cheated with that, and then they punch.
Maury Povich.
Yeah, that's Maury Povich.
Yeah, Jerry Springer.
And then they punch on, and then Steve, or the security guard, would come in, and Steve. No, you don't remember?
All right. So a bit of homework for Elias and anyone else who doesn't know what Jerry Springer is. Go and find that shit on YouTube for sure, and just watch it.
Yeah, 'cause you
It's
would
the
definitely be
ultimate degeneracy you've ever seen in your life. Yeah,
I
there.
didn't say that.
No. What?
I don't know if you guys are taking a piss. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm being because you described every show on television right now.
No,
That
you've
was the
seen-
father.
There's no way in the world you haven't seen Jerry Springer.
Sorry, just real quick. Can I apologize to Jack Hamblin? I looked up what Jerry Springer is, and you guys are mean, man.
I think you meant Jack Shepherd.
Oh, Jack Shepherd. I thought his last name Shepherd.
It was Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Shepherd.
He's wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Who's the quarterback? Who's going to pass off their work?
I don't mind a good hand. Yeah, hey, it's my job, right?
If you call it a hospital pass is bad. If you call it delegation, it sounds very professional.
Tony, I don't mean to sound inappropriate, but that could mean two things. I'm sorry.
Who else is likely to handball work on?
I feel like Shana needs to get on the mic.
I'm just here for a good time.
Spectating.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
Live, laugh,
Live, life, love, burp.
love. Got the best email sign-offs ever.
Yeah, they're great. We love teasing them.
All right, we've got a couple more, and then we'll go into a bit of free talk for a little bit before we wrap up. But you know, who's the one person that always has the car troubles? Their car's been in the shop longer than they've been at work.
Does Campbell count with his motorbike?
Nah.
Now his motorbike's pretty reliable. He hasn't had too many issues with it.
Hey, Pothen, tell us your story about your $5,000 Yaris. how much did you pay the mechanic for the clutch?
$1,800.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We might have to organize some novated leases in here.
But I swear Thomas gets his car serviced like every 2 weeks though.
Not going to expose anyone, but Thomas Newman's had a few work from home days because of car troubles. Not sure if it's car troubles or what it is, but
he's ready to defend himself. Look,
I'll defend myself a little bit here. I've got to say I've had a few car troubles, but the worst excuse for a work from home day has to be Jason Aziz. If anyone remembers, he had to stay home because he had a delivery of his TV. He had a TV delivery. I've got to stay home to pick up the TV.
Very fortunate that you guys work here and not under some tyrant. Someone like imagine if you said that in the real world in a sort of oh yeah, I need to stay home because of my TV. They'd be like, what the fuck is wrong?
I can't remember who it was, but someone actually took a day off, and don't ask me why, but I approved it, for their dog's birthday. So
Shut up. Who was that?
So much kindness in here, eh? So much kindness.
Jules, you can relate, and so can Elias, and Jimmy, because we've all done dealership time. But could you imagine saying to your dealer principal or your sales manager, "Hey, I'm just going to take the day off because it's my dog's birthday."
They literally put you in the doghouse.
Right out. Yeah, that's fine. Take the whole week and take the whole year off. Don't come back.
So I know Cielo had a lot of issues as well. I know she's not a broker, but God, I feel sorry for her. I mean, she had this like, no, I think, was that BMW? Oh, terrible. It was just like and it broke down, then she'd get it fixed, and then like something else would break. She spent, I don't know how many thousands. So like, sometimes you think, oh, I'll just buy a cheap car. This is actually one of the reasons why I stopped buying used cheap cars, because I'm not like a big need to drive a nice car person, or I wasn't. And like I had like a Toyota Corolla, like a 1992 model or something, 1990 model. That was my first car. And then I had a VL, which is just like a rough as guts car, but loved the VL. But like I never really had a nice car until I started having mechanical problems. The Corolla gave me so much issues, and Toyota's meant to be reliable. 2 engine rebuilds. Maybe one of them was because I was doing
Yeah, I was going to say.
reverse helis in the park.
I was going to say.
Anyway, but yeah, 2 engine rebuilds on that. And so I was like, if you actually do the math, like that cost you $1,800. A reasonable car to actually finance it, that's under warranty. That's like maybe 6 months worth of payments, or do you know what I mean? So it's like you got to count on that car not screwing up every 6 months. If you're a betting man,
Toyota.
yeah,
It costs you
Maybe.
Mine was a
$1,800.
Toyota too. $1,800 is it's a lot of money to spend on mechanical repairs. But the reality is, you're probably not expecting it to screw up every 6 months. Get it? But that was because me, I was like, oh, why do all these people? I didn't finance a car until like actually for the first time had enough of driving like shit boxes, and I was like, this is costing me way more money. So I didn't actually, when I was younger, I'm talking about when I was 18, I didn't actually understand why people finance cars. Hey, if you don't have cash for it, just don't buy it. Just can afford. But now I totally understand it, because like if you have a car that just constantly screwing up, and like let's say the most cash you can come up with is $5 or $10 grand, but you can finance a $20,000 or $30,000 car that's got warranty, that kind of makes sense. So we covered a lot. We've uncovered a lot of dirt on the team for sure. There's a few people here that couldn't make it, that couldn't defend their honor. So spare a thought for those people. Rest in peace. But if anyone's got any other dirty laundry they want to air, that right now, go ahead. You look like you got something to say.
I'm actually remembering now. about all the times that Thomas told me his car needed to be fixed. So I'm thinking, how can someone possibly... and a service too.
You gotta understand what car I drive, guys.
Yeah, but you service your car once a year, don't you?
I think we need.
you told me
What do you
I
drive?
think we need a couple of novated leases a year.
I would love a novated lease.
What do you drive?
I drive a Renault. So it comes with the name, right?
No, dude, you take all the time you want.
Exactly my thought process right there.
No. You know what, bro? Stay home tomorrow. I don't drive that car. It's raining.
I just want to take a shot at Martin publicly. I didn't really make anything of it before, but he drives the same car as me, and he took my car keys home, and I couldn't go home. And when I challenged him, he said, "No, I don't." And then I showed him my AirTag location. He's like, "Oh, sorry, bro." And I still came to work the next day.
You gotta watch those Vietnamese, bro. He's probably gonna do a number job on it.
Yeah, I still came into work, didn't work from home. Just looking at Thomas, bro.
Vietnamese are like the Lebanese Asians. So like I genuinely think like Asians and Viets are like almost the same people. Like almost the same.
Lebos and Viets.
Sorry. Lebos and Viets, yeah.
I
Lebos
would
and
know
Viets.
I'm married a Viet and I'm Lebanese. So yeah.
See? So basically your kid's 100% Lebo then.
Basically, it's so funny. My son actually says, he goes, "Dad, I'm Lebanese and I'm Japanese." I'm like, "No, you're Vietnamese." He goes, "No, I'm Japanese." I'm like, "Why is that?" He goes, "Because I love sushi." He does. But if you look at my kids, they don't look Asian at all.
Yeah.
You don't think so? You don't think my kids...
I mean, Lebanon is Middle East of somewhere.
What?
It's Middle
Asia,
East of
yeah.
nowhere. It's
Yeah.
Middle East of Asia. I mean, I'm partial to a sushi roll, but...
All right. Anyone else got any shots to fire?
Another shot at Jason Aziz is the biggest sandbagger.
Okay, let's talk about the topic of sandbagging. Because sandbagging is blasphemy in this business.
Can
However,
the head sandbagger explain what it is?
yeah,
Please go for it.
send and
As
send.
Jason isn't here, I'll have to explain for him. Essentially, what sandbagging is withholding your settlement at the end of the month in hope that your settlement at the start of the month can boost your chances at hitting your target. Google definition.
That's deplorable.
Or the real definition. The real definition, you're just too much of a bitch to settle the deal at the end of the month. But when you're hitting your target at, like myself, at the end of the month, it's always good to start the month strong.
Thanks, Conor McGregor.
Thank you.
Hey, can I just say, Brandon, like throughout that explanation, right? You sounded really excited to say at the end when you're hitting target. Why are you excited to hit target, bro? That's normal. You should be exceeding that. Why are you getting so worked up about hitting target?
I'm sorry, bro. I forgot I settled more deals than you last month. I'm sorry.
All right, pull up the stats, right?
Pull up the leaderboard. I'm still ahead.
Jamie, pull that up, please.
Next podcast we're gonna do. Pull that shit up.
I think next podcast we should do fight night, and it's Eugene versus Brandon.
I'm up for it. I don't know if he's in my weight class. It's a bit too heavy, but I'll make the weight up.
Let's talk about textbook sandbaggers in the business. Who are we going to vote as? Pan. The thing about Pan is Pan's like he's a bit of a paradox because he'll also settle like no deals for the first 20 days. He'll settle and hit or get very close to hitting target in the last 10 days of the month. And then somehow he still sandbags. I don't understand. I reckon we should just make Pan part-time. What do you guys reckon? Just employ him for the last 10 days of the month. Who else? We got Brandon, Sandon Sanus, Saison Saziz. Who else? That's about it, eh?
Campbell talks a lot about sandbagging, but I don't think he does it properly. Like, so the whole concept, the whole concept of sandbagging, right, is if you've excelled your target for that current month, and then you sandbag a deal for your next month. Most of the guys in here are not yet hitting that target, and then they're trying to sandbag it for next month. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. Well, sandbagging's piss poor. I hate sandbagging. Everybody knows that. So it's blasphemy in this business. But we obviously are taking the piss here, but there's probably one or two people that could try a little bit harder in the last couple of days of the month. Anyone got any other shots to fire before we wrap up? No.
Yeah. I want to take a shot at James Sebastian. No, because it's very difficult to go to a restaurant with him.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to the Philippines with him, bro. I was worried. I'm like, I'm gonna like get sued by his family here because I like have to send him home in a body bag, you know.
You know, his wife eats the way he eats all the time.
Wow. What a sweetheart.
And he doesn't even know where she's from.
Oh, come on, man.
No, that's right. It's just true, cuz. I'm just letting you know. You have to repair that stuff. Get out in the open, talk to her about it. You don't know where she's from. You got that question wrong. He's gone. Where's she from again?
Myanmar. Burma. Final answer.
You should be way more confident with that answer, guys.
I know my wife's Syrian. The Syrians love to tell you they're Syrian. That's why.
No, they don't.
Tony, what nationality are you?
Australian.
But yeah, James, I always feel bad because like I'm so used to answering no to any dietary requirements, and then like now I have to like think twice because I'm worried about like if the air, just the atmosphere might transfer and make this guy having so like everybody has to know where his EpiPen is in case something does go bad. But James wins the title for the most allergic man on the planet.
Yeah. So I asked him. I kept saying, "I'm gonna get a coffee, cuz. Do you want a coffee?" He's like, "Oh, no, bro, I don't drink coffee." I go, "All right." So I asked him the next day, I'm like, "Do you want a coffee? I don't drink, but do you want one?" He's like, "Bro, I'm allergic."
Are you allergic to coffee?
Now we're all on the same level. You can ask, honest to God, you can do a whole podcast and ask him about what food he can eat.
Yeah.
Are you allergic to coffee or like caffeine?
No.
Or like the milk?
The beans, yeah.
Beans. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So can you have an energy drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Tony actually has his your death list on a post-it note on his monitor.
I keep everything on a post-it.
Yeah. Tony's my work life. He organises all that for me.
Tony is the king of post-its.
Yeah.
You have them all the way around your monitor. Huh?
So yeah, it was actually when I started becoming a broker, I was a bit thick. So one of my old team leaders and old bosses, Angus, he used to write it on a post-it note. He used to do it himself too. He used to write on a post-it note and he used to stick it on my monitor. So that's became a habit from
He
then.
probably never did that, but he's just like, I wish this bloke would stop asking me the same question. Let's finish up on that note. I reckon that was good chat. Thanks everyone. I hope everyone had fun doing this. We'll try and do it. There's a few stars of the show. Might get their own spin-off podcast. We'll see how we go. Thanks everyone.